right, everybody, there is Fish Creek Falls. I don't see any water coming out of it. It looks pretty frozen. I think we're going to try to climb it tomorrow. Woohoo!
Hey everybody, Deb here with the Carnivore Caveman Keto Couple. Welcome back. So back here, you guys, Fish Creek Falls. It's actually a big waterfall in the summer and it freezes over in the winter, and this is our local ice climbing spot. Johnny's probably going to go ice climbing tomorrow, and we just wanted to check it out to make sure it was frozen enough. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about the difference between fasting or intermittent fasting and calorie restriction. A lot of people are kind of getting them confused, and there is a huge difference, guys. There's a huge difference in definition, and there's a huge difference in what each one of them does for your body. Now, the traditional way that everybody used to do it, I fell into that category as well, is we thought by reducing our calorie intake. You know the old calories in versus calories out. If you burn more calories than you take in, you're going to lose weight. That is not actually true, because what influences our weight gain and weight loss is actually our hormones. And I'll put a couple really good links. Dr. Jason Fung I'm a huge fan of his. He's wonderful. He explains it really good. Put some links down below. But basically what calorie restriction is, and so say for example, to maintain your ideal body weight, you consume about 1,800 calories. And calories are really hard to measure, guys. We don't really know. I mean, you can do all those calculations on your BMI and figuring out what your resting metabolic rate is, but we really don't know. So let's just say for a woman my size, I'm 47 years old, 5 feet tall, I'm 116 pounds, I'd love to get down to 110. I'm fairly muscular, I think, for my age. I'd love to get more muscle, but I believe that my calories throughout the day, if I consume around 1,700, and I'm moderately active, I don't kill it at the gym every day, but I do something pretty much at least every other day, whether it be at the gym, hiking, doing something. So I'm not sedentary. 1,700 calories is basically what I need to maintain. Now, so if I want to get down to 110 pounds, I'm either going to have to, so they say, reduce those calories or increase my energy, okay? So what most people do is they cut their calories. And that works for maybe a week, two. Some people can even get it done for a month. But a bunch of things happen when you cut your calories, okay? You lose weight at first because your body's like, oh my gosh, okay, we're burning more calories than we're taking in, you're losing weight. But what happens is this machine is so smart. Think about it. If your body would continually do that, you would get down to 0 pounds and you would die, okay? So the body's not going to let that happen. So what happens is your metabolism, everything starts slowing down. So if you can kind of do it like this. These are my calories, okay? This is my my metabolism. I'm reducing those calories. Everything's good. I'm losing weight. My metabolism starts to go, oh shoot, this person's starving. There's lack of food because they're not getting the calories. What does metabolism do? Comes right back down. Now they're even. Now you've hit a plateau. You're not losing weight and you're hungry. So you're like, okay, you know what? I'm determined to lose another 5-10 pounds. You reduce calories even more. Now you're kind of going into starvation mode because now you're down to 1,100 calories a day. And not many people, and I'll say it again, unless you have the willpower of a Navy SEAL, you can't override what happens in your brain and your body. Your body is not going to let you stay like that, okay? So you're down to 1,100 calories. You maybe lost another pound or two. What happens now? Your metabolism's like, oh crap, there's even less food. If we don't do something, this person's gonna starve to death and die. Metabolism comes down. Now you're not burning as much. You're still working out at the gym, but you're not burning as much. So now you're here. Now you're only eating 1,100 calories and you are hungry as heck and your metabolism is decreased. So you hit a plateau. Now what happens is your brain just goes crazy. You're constantly thinking about food. You're like, oh, I can go ahead and eat a little bit. So you increase those calories and guess what? Your metabolic rate or your metabolism stays right here. So now you're putting on weight. Now you're putting on weight and you get hungrier. And as you increase your mass, your body requires more energy, so you're really hungry and you're craving these carbohydrates and your calories are going up and your metabolic rate, some people stay right there. Some people go up a little bit. So this is a really slippery slope to get into. Calorie restriction is not the way for long-term weight loss. you need to intermittent fast. Let me tell you the difference between intermittent fasting and calorie restriction. Intermittent fasting is when you're not bringing in any calories. Calorie restriction is when they're trickling in. Okay, so intermittent fasting, the body does not have any calories to use for fuel. So it starts tapping into the fat stores. You're not bringing in carbohydrates. So intermittent fasting does a whole different, your body goes through a whole different biological process. By fat adapted, I mean if you've been on the ketogenic diet for a while, carnivore. I had to throw that out there. Not that you can't do it if you're a carbohydrate burner, but I think it's going to be a little more difficult. So anyways, guys, that's just kind of a 101 difference between intermittent fasting, calorie restriction. I would not recommend calorie restriction. It just doesn't work. 98% of the people that lose weight that way gain it all back, and then they even gain more. I mean, look at like The Biggest Loser in different TV shows. The reason they don't do reunions on that is because most of those people gain it all back and more. So check out the links below. Do your research on intermittent fasting. Does another cool thing, autophagy. We'll get into that later. But so many health benefits, you guys, with intermittent fasting. Heals your gut, diabetes, Crohn's, celiac, all sorts of autoimmune issues, gives you more energy, helps you sleep, weight loss, blood pressure, lowers cholesterol. I mean, it's just a plethora of health benefits. Best thing is with this time of year, it reboots your immune system. It keeps you from getting sick. I mean, I went for 1.5 years without a cold. Fortunately, I just got a tiny bit one when we were camping in Moab last week, but it only lasted 2 days. It went from a scratchy throat into a little nasal thing, never went into my chest, which it always used to do, and I was perfectly healthy the 3rd day. So that was the awesome thing. All right, guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Just helps our channel. If you haven't subscribed, you can do that now, and hit that bell notification. It'll let you know when Johnny and I put up a new video. Just remember, keep eating meat, because meat heals. Bye.